Pakistan and Turkey enjoy an exemplary relationship. This unique and special friendship dates back to the times when the two countries were still not independent states. The basis for the relationship transcends statehood and nationalism. Pakistan and Turkey enjoy centuries-old common spiritual and cultural roots that are intertwined through mystical connections between the likes of Maulana Jalaluddin Rumi and Allama Muhammad Iqbal.
Welcome to Tactical Talk. This is Zain. The relationship between Pakistan and Turkey is perceived as one of the most closest and consistent positive relationships in the history of geopolitics. What is the past, present, future of this flourishing relationship? To discuss this topic, we have with us today a senior Turkish journalist, Merve Sebnem Oruc. Welcome to our show, Merve Sebnem. This is Zain Khan. It's a pleasure to have you on Tactical Talk.
Hello, Zain. It's nice to see you again. It's nice to be a guest in Tactical Talk once again.
Merve, let's get to the first question. Explain the brief history on the Pakistan-Turkey relationship in its initial phase. When did it all start?
Well, we must say that Turkey and Pakistan relations gained their strength from history, Zain. The two countries are bound with fraternal ties, and Turkey considers Pakistan as one of the most prominent players in the region for security and stability. Turkish society never forgets the support of the Muslims of Indian subcontinent during Turkish independence war, which started in 1919, when the Muslims there in your country sent financial aid to the Ottoman Empire. The support extended by the Muslims of the subcontinent to the war has a special place, a great special place in our minds and in our hearts. We always remember that. It might be the same for the people of Pakistan as well. They might got inspiration from the Turkish independence war and its success in establishing a modern state. As we recall the day the Islamic Republic of Pakistan emerged as a sovereign state afterwards in 1947. As a result, Pakistan and Pakistanis have enjoyed a positive perception in Turkey and amongst Turks for many decades, and I believe it's the same for Pakistanis. Following the establishment of Pakistan, Turkey and Pakistan extended each other their support during the most difficult times, such as in reacting natural disasters, and they cemented their relations with frequent high-level visits.
Merve, what's the reason behind such close relations between Pakistan and Turkey?
Pakistan and Turkey have a strong political relationship established through their common faith, shared history, as I mentioned before, and the cultural bond. The two countries enjoy a unique relationship in interstate relations. It's unique in terms of mutual trust, understanding, and close cooperation. This relationship has a solid foundation based as it is on common faith, shared history, and cultural affinities. Our long-standing relations span diverse areas from economy to political issues, to defense and security, and to education and culture. Culturally speaking, Pakistan and Turkey are very close to each other. The cultural connection between the people of two countries spans centuries. Since the Mughal Empire, established by Babur Khan, connections between the Muslims of South Asia and the Turkic people of Central Asia have been really strong, very strong. These are reflected in our language, in the literature, in the architecture, and in the way of our lives. Similarly, there is a strong spiritual connection between your national poet Iqbal and our poet Rumi, Mevlana Celaleddin Rumi. The generations of people, men of letters, have been inspired by the literary works on both sides. I would say that both countries and both governments are conscious of this precious shared cultural tradition and are making concerted efforts to increase cultural collaboration. And I believe there are further opportunities to make this cultural collaboration bigger and bigger.
Tell our viewers some instances when Turkey assisted Pakistan in time of need and when Pakistan assisted Turkey in time of need.
As my expertise is international relations, I can give some examples regarding diplomatic efforts and other bilateral issues. So I know that Pakistan and Turkey work closely in the United Nations and other international and regional organizations. Both countries support each other on issues like Kashmir and Cyprus and have some similar perspective on regional and other international issues. It's possible and indeed highly desirable to further deepen this already close relationship by realizing the untapped potential in various areas. And this is, I believe, the concerted effort on both sides. Another issue, Pakistan and Turkey assist each other, is their perspective about the current world order that I highly care about. Pakistan and Turkey have similar views on reforming the United Nations Security Council. Both countries are members of Uniting for Consensus, which is for comprehensive UN reform and for making the Security Council more representative, democratic, effective, legitimate, and accountable to the general membership. As you know, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan always says that the world is bigger than five, which means the world cannot be decided, the future of the world cannot be decided by only five permanent members of the UN Security Council. And as we know that Pakistan Prime Minister regularly says that, criticizes the UN strike and says that the ineffectiveness of the UN, especially regarding the Kashmir issue, shows that it has to change. They both, if we summarize, they both are criticizing the ineffectiveness and the structure of the UN. So they both suggest similar things, such as there should be an expansion in the number of the members of the Security Council. This expansion would enable other important countries of the world to serve on this most important forum with the primary responsibility for maintenance of international peace and security.
Merve, what current projects are Turkey and Pakistan working together upon inside Pakistan?
Well, both countries seek to further relations by increasing bilateral trade and deepening economic cooperation. In this regard, as far as I know, a number of steps have been taken. For example, I remember Turkish Prime Minister last year was in Pakistan for co-chairing with Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif the fourth meeting of the High-Level Strategic Cooperation Council. Both prime ministers placed their highest priority on increasing bilateral trade and commercial ties. A consequential decision was taken to initiate negotiations on a free trade agreement It was also agreed to promote mutual investments and strengthen collaboration in the areas of energy, infrastructure, transportation, agriculture, and so on. The overall effort is to intensify mutual cooperation in all fields and impart a strong economic content to the relationship. The vision is to transform this long-standing, cordial relationship into a comprehensive and robust economic partnership. And the two countries also pursued active and constructive policies in multilateral processes, such as Turkey, Pakistan, Afghanistan, trilateral summits, and Istanbul process. I hope we can see more projects between Turkey and Pakistan. I believe there is much more potential to become great opportunities between two countries that we haven't reached yet, Zain.
Okay, last question. Are you aware of any future projects Pakistan and Turkey will be working upon? And how do you see the future of the relationship between these two countries?
I came across with several news reports stating that Islamabad was eyeing the new Turkish-made main battle tank as a replacement for the Pakistan Army's legacy armor. I also know that Turkey agreed this year to modernize the Pakistan Air Force's fleet of F-16s amid the controversy surrounding the purchase of the new jets from the United States. Also, again, this year, a Turkish defense technologies company has won a competitive bid to upgrade 3 Pakistani submarines. As far as I know, there are more than 100 Turkish firms operating in Pakistan. Turkish investments in Pakistan are mainly focused on energy, finance, infrastructure, and contracting sectors. And there are also more than 100 Pakistani companies operating in Turkey as well. They are mainly focused on electronics, telecommunications, machines, trade, and banking. But I think the number of the contracts and the number of the companies working in both countries can be much more. I believe there is a huge potential in between two countries, which comes from their roots and their bonds and their shared culture and everything. So I believe it is still below the potential. So both the countries and both the governments and peoples of the countries should try more to enhance this relationship.
Thank you so much, Merve Sebnem Oruc, for being on Tactical Talk. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you very much. It was really nice to see you. Hope to talk to you soon again, Zain. Have a nice day.
This was Merve Sebnem Oruc, a senior Turkish journalist discussing the past, present, and future of Pakistan-Turkey relationship. Until the next episode of Tactical Talk, this is Zain Khan. Take care and goodbye.